Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming shift in the nakshatra of the planet Jupiter. We all know that Jupiter, which is currently transiting in the Taurus, within Taurus, it is currently transiting in the Rohini Nakshatra. But on August 21st, within the Taurus, it will move to the nakshatra of good friend, which is the planet Mars, and the nakshatra, which is the MRIGSHIRA Nakshatra. So from August 21st, till November 28th, it's going to be transiting in the Mrigashira Nakshatra. So definitely guys, whenever we narrow down our assessment even to the nakshatra, we get to know the true intent with which the planet is going to be functioning. Like the way guys, many people always remain cynic that whether the transit is important enough in order to watch because it is going to be very generic. But trust me guys, like whatever is happening right now, like even at this time when I'm uploading this video, recording this video, there has been those news of what happened in Bangladesh. So just because this year has been so strongly governed and ruled by the planet Saturn, whether you take it from the numerology point of view, from the Vedic worshipful point of view, so it was something which was already anticipated. And guys, why to go very far? Like I recently started one more venture, which is the podcast series. So specifically for the Hindi listeners and all, I will request you guys to please appreciate and show your support onto my that work on that channel as well. But the point which I wanted to mention over here is that lately I've been noticing this trend that suddenly why people from all over India, specifically people who are like connected with mythology or connected with the preaching and all, like katha vachak and all, they are getting in touch with me. So like last week only I got a call from one very famous katha vachak from Prayagraj, one of the province in India, very holy city, and he called me that, hey Nipoon, I want to do a podcast with you and I'll be booking my train. So I asked him that, do you have any relatives over here? He said no. Then I said that okay, you can stay in my home. Then I realized that okay, just because Jupiter right now, I'm a Aries Lagna, is right now transiting in my second house. So that is the only reason in my family, like so many at my home only, my dwelling only, many people with religious elevated states are like actually getting invited or they are coming to my home. So definitely guys, transit always have a very significant role to play. Now guys, coming back to our today's topic, so definitely we will be having our discussion on Jupiter's nakshatra transition. So first of all, what do you get to know from the Mrigashira Nakshatra? So guys, there are like certain defining qualities. If only you will be able to understand that, you can definitely get to the core of the functioning of this nakshatra. First of all, this is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Mars. Now when I say planet Mars, so you must be getting this idea that okay, this nakshatra might be very disciplined, very fearless and all, which is little bit in contradiction, because the quality of a nakshatra you get to know more than the planet from the god or the devata which preside over it. So the moon god, the Soma, preside over it as the god, and generally we know this thing that little bit of the frivolousness or flirtatiousness which has been attached with the moon, and because of which only it has also been mentioned in the scriptures that people who are strongly in the influence of the Mrigashira Nakshatra, they tend to be the slave of their senses. So they do not have that much strong control and restraint over their senses. Second thing is that we all know this thing that when we talk about this nakshatra, it is also connected with the head of the deer as well. And we all know that deer tend to remain very fidgety and always in a lookout, in the quest of a fragrance which is somehow coming out of its own body as well. The energy of this nakshatra somehow makes someone or gives very strong mental dexterity as well. So more than being active on the physical plane, which is a typical trait of the planet Mars, these are among those people who could be very much active on the mental plane as well. So definitely guys, when we talk about the qualities of this nakshatra, like when I mentioned this thing that this nakshatra and the prominence of this nakshatra can make someone a little bit flirt as well. So even if you go by the from the religious scriptures mention of the devata, the god which preside over it, which is the moon. So we all know this thing that moon ended up having an affair with the wife of the Brihaspati as well, and there has been those mention as well that when the creator Brahma, when he got obsessed with the beauty of the Rohini, he took the form of a deer and he ran towards it. And Lord Shiva, in the form of the Rudra, he from an arrow cut down the head of the deer. So that head of the deer. So because of which all these kind of frivolousness is something which can be attached with the energy of this Mrigashira as well. But guys, the good part is that, let's say for example, if you are going to be utilizing it in a good way, like the way for example, because we have to study the nakshatra from the point of view of which planet is going to be transiting over it. So just because of the high mental restlessness attached with this nakshatra and the planet of benevolence, goodness, education, planet Jupiter transiting over it. So let's say for example, if you are a researcher in the fields of like finance, in the fields of astrology or mathology, because these days even in the podcast, like specifically from the Indian podcast point of view, there have been lot many researchers and lot many good people who are coming up with their own research done on the scriptures as well. So if you are someone like that, you are engaged in these kind of pursuit and all, then this transit of the planet Jupiter in the Mrigashira can actually benefit you. Along with that guys, like the way I was mentioning this thing that you know, it is in contradiction with the qualities of the planet Mars. So a lot many times it has been seen, people who are in the prominence of this nakshatra, they pretend to be very fearless on the surface, but deep inside they are a little bit sensitive or timid. So generally we recommend this thing that under the influence and prominence of this nakshatra, it is not very advisable to get into straight confrontation with people, because if challenged back, you might be in trouble. And definitely guys, even in the muhurta as well, like there are like certain good qualities which has been attached with this nakshatra. It is a like a deva nakshatra, like a godly nakshatra. It is a very friendly, it is a very mridu nakshatra as well. So any of the educational venture started during this time, any of the travel started during this time, any of the courtship, you know, proposed someone and all, it is not considered as very auspicious for the marriage ceremony, but in order to court someone or like propose someone and all, ask someone out and all, regarding that as well, this is considered as a good nakshatra. So yes guys, these are like certain things which I wanted to mention. And just because of the prominence of the moon, the Soma, with the energy of this nakshatra, even the wife of the Lord Shiva, goddess Parvati, with this nakshatra. So when Jupiter is going to be transiting over it, so because it is ruled by the planet Mars, so offering the good on, like for example, I do the Thursday fasting and all, so I take that turmeric and the chana dal and I worship the banana plant and all. So like offering this good either on Thursday and offering it to any of the banana plant or tree, or on the Tuesdays to the Lord Hanuman can be considered. If you can also consider taking doing a fasting on the full moon, that can also be considered. It will definitely help you, benefit you. So yes guys, these are the certain things which I wanted to say about the energy of this nakshatra when the planet of benevolence, expansion, Jupiter is going to be transiting over it. Now we will briefly look at that how this transition is going to be influencing all the rising signs. Definitely guys, because the region of the Mrigashira is equally spread in 2 zodiac signs. So here we will be focusing more on the Mrigashira portion, which is in the Taurus zodiac sign. So guys, starting first with the Aries Lagna, definitely guys, in your case, Jupiter becomes your 9th lord and the 12th lord, a very auspicious planet for you. And now it is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of your ascendant lord, which in itself is a very good news for the Aries Lagna natives. Definitely guys, let's say for example, if your income is somehow connected with the domain of the planet Jupiter, like specifically if you are a astrologer, something connected with doing any research in the domain of religion, mathology, or something to do with financial advisory, financial planning and all, so those people can definitely get benefited. So guys, there is a very strong possibility that ever since ever since Jupiter has moved to the Taurus, lot many people have been predicting this thing about that, okay, it will open up new financial doors, new financial avenues for you and all. So I would say that that was not getting that prominently promised when Jupiter was in the Rohini, but when it will be in the Mrigashira, that is going to be your time to strike a gold. So from the financial point of view, this is going to be a very good transit for the Aries Lagna natives. And let's say for example, nothing could be better than that if you are actually in the domain of the planet Jupiter as well. You are working as a teacher, trainer, tutor, financial advisor, astrologer or something. Definitely good times ahead for you. Now guys, when we talk about the Taurus Lagna natives, so definitely guys, in your case, Jupiter is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of your 12th lord and the 7th lord in the first house. So definitely guys, if in any capacity, let's say for example, you are a relationship counselor of any sort, you have a wedding planning business of any sort, those people can get benefited. If anything to do with the import export nature of work as well, those people can also get benefited. So guys, definitely Jupiter is already right over there in your first house. I always say this thing, that whatsoever planet is transiting from your lagna, the energy of that planet gets very strongly experienced in our persona, in our personality. And over and above that, with the combination of the 7th and the 12th lord, so all the results which I have mentioned, regarding which, like specifically, there could be some gains on the count of some collaborative work or through some business partner support as well, those people can get benefited. So overall, it's a good news only for the Taurus Lagna natives. The only thing is that guys, because the 7th and the 12th lord's energy is coming in the picture, the innate nature of the MRIGSHIRA is kind of very frivolous. You know, in Hindi there is a word called dil fak, very easily getting attracted towards someone, getting tempted towards someone, towards the beauty and charm of someone. So just in those areas and matters, you have to follow the discipline and all. Definitely if you are a fashion designer, you are a model, you are a creator, influencer, where you have to work and you have to surround yourself around the beautiful things only, then it is a different case. But in general, be mindful of your character, but in all other ways it is going to be a good news for you. Now guys, when we talk about the Gemini Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Jupiter is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of your like 6th lord and the 11th lord. So definitely guys, Mars is not a very favorable planet for you, and we all know this thing. I have already mentioned this thing, that with the energy of the MRIGSHIRA, there is a lot of the restlessness. Like, you know, you might have everything which you need, but you're still like in a very diluted form. You're trying to look at the answers outside. So definitely it all comes down to the evolutionary level of the soul. I mean to say, what is getting applicable in your case. If you are a researcher of some form, and specifically something connected with trying to find the answers of life and death, secret functioning of the universe, divine knowledge, spiritual knowledge, definitely it is going to benefit you. But let's say for example, you are a kind of person, your moon is afflicted, you are in a dasha which is promising some aimless wandering and all, so then this is going to make you go lost in your pursuit. So yes guys, and over here as well, whatsoever come to you on the account of any proposal from a friend, from an acquaintance and all, you have to take things with a pinch of salt, and slightly it is going to benefit those people who are chiefly working, operating in the domain of the 12th house. But in general, in a nutshell, whether we talk about Jupiter or whether we talk about even Mars, they are not very good planet for you. So you just have to be careful. Doing charities is the best thing. Keeping a fasting on the full moon and offering the good, the jaggery, on the Thursday to the banana plant, and on the Tuesdays to the Hanumanji should be considered. Now guys, when we talk about the Cancer Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, as you can see that Jupiter is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of your Yog Karak planet, planet Mars, which is your 5th lord and the 10th lord in the 11th house. It's a golden time for you. So I would say this thing, that if you are seriously trying to find the answers of something, those answers will be given to you during this time. And specifically guys, because we know this thing that 11th house has to do with our popularity, our relevance in the society, our connection, incoming gains, profits, all sort. So I would say this thing, that if you have been eyeing for that big break, if you have been eyeing for that launch pad, that kind of, you know, opportunities and all, so this is going to be a very golden time for you. So my recommendation to the Cancer Lagna native is that just keep on preparing yourself. Whenever the opportunity strikes, it just happens in a day. Like the way, for example guys, we have been the newspapers these days are filled with the feats and achievements of these athletes who are winning the medals in the Olympics. But see, look at their life. They remain without being in the attention of the world, and for 2-3 years they keep on working hard in isolation without any attention and all. And when that happened, suddenly they get all the recognition and limelight, but we never look at the hard work gone into it. So this is what is getting applicable in your case as well. The opportunity will get materialized in a very sudden way, so just be prepared with your preparation to encash on it. So because the combinations which are getting formed for you, it's very beautiful. Like Jupiter, which is your 6th lord and the 9th lord, going in the nakshatra of the 5th lord and 10th lord, and everything happening in the house of the wish fulfillment. So I mean to say, the awaited recognition, rewards are not very far from you, and there's a very high possibility that you will come in contact with some important people who will connect the dots in your favor. The only thing which I want to say, that let's say for example, if your moon, your ascendant lord, is afflicted in itself and you do not have any restraint or control over your senses, just because I gave the example of the Olympics only, and it happened, I guess there was this female athlete, she sneak out of her place in the where all the athletes were staying in order to go out with her boyfriend, and later on when it got into the camera and the media attention, she got expelled and all. So just be aware and be mindful of not falling tempted towards the all these kind of things, because Mrigashira has a potential for that as well, but only if you're focused towards your goals. This transit has got lot to offer to you. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Jupiter is your like 5th house and the 8th house lord, and it is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of your Karak planet, which is a planet Mars, and everything happening in your 10th house. Definitely guys, it's a very good time for you. We all know this thing, that let's say for example, if in your line of work you are working in a field where you're working as a guide, as a coach, as a financial advisor, you train people, you motivate people, you guide people, you design people's strategies and plans, business plans and all. So it's going to be very favorable transit for all those people. Definitely guys, a lot is dependent on which all dashas are getting applicable in your case, but the way this transition is taking place, Saturn is already in any case is very strengthened in your 7th house. It also gets a directional strength over there as well, and over and above that, Jupiter transiting in such a favorable planet's nakshatra meant for your lagna will open lot many doors for you. So overall guys, I only have good things to say, and definitely it is going to be benefiting those people more, like those who are in their own business, those who are freelance, those who are connected with teaching, education, astrology, research, religion, mathology, preacher. All those people will definitely get benefited with this transition in the nakshatra of the planet Jupiter. Now guys, when we talk about the Virgo Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 9th house in the nakshatra of your 3rd lord and the 8th lord. So we all know this thing, that Mars is not a very favorable planet for you, but the thing is that Jupiter is in a house which is very auspicious. So guys, I would say this thing, that there could be little bit inconveniences in the travels, but let's say for example, if those travels are done with some wholesome reasons and all, so those travels will definitely get fructified. Second thing is that definitely guys, Mrigashira has got a lot of mental dexterity, and Mrigashira has got a lot of curiosity, inquisitiveness to find the answers as well. And 9th house is the house of the guru, the actual guru. So I mean to say, I'm not finding you guys getting deluded or misguided, misdirected. Rather, there's a very strong possibility that your quest will take you to the doors of the right person for the answers. Also guys, for any of the like educational ventures and all, if you want to lay foundation to that, it's a good time. Any of the concerns of visa, immigration, travels, it's a good time. The only thing is that guys, just like the way I mentioned this thing, it has to be intended with some wholesome reasons, then only it is going to be benefiting you. Now guys, when we talk about the Libra Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Jupiter is going to be making a transition in your 8th house in the nakshatra of your second lord and the seventh lord. So definitely guys, it's going to be actually a time when lot many people will be getting connected to their roots. Like let's say for example, if you're already living somewhere else, you might get a chance to do a pilgrimage, you might get a chance to reunite with your family and all. There's a very strong possibility of that. Second thing is that I already mentioned this thing, that when we talk about the MRIGSHIRA, there's a lot of the inquisitiveness, research which is connected with it, and 8th house is the actual house of the secrets. So let's say for example, and also guys, somehow it is also connected with the tantra as well. So if you are actually connected with all these, like you are engaged in the pursuit of finding the answers of the life and death, spirituality, immortality, and all these kind of things, like this could be any scientific pursuit as well. So for all those concerns and all, this is going to be very beneficial transit for you. Second thing is that definitely guys, a lot many people will also stand a chance for some sudden speculative financial gains, inheritance, wealth, legacy. Let's say for example, there is a joint share of yours which have been long struck because of some XYZ reason. Suddenly you will see that the blockage is getting lifted up. So yes, for some sudden speculative financial gains, spiritual ecstasy, spiritual awareness and all, regarding all that thing, it is going to be a beneficial transit for you. Also guys, let's say for example, for all those people who have been single for a long time and all, and you have been on a lookout for a partner and something. So I mean to say that whenever planets are making these kind of alignments, any of the ritual, any of the fasting, any of the pilgrimage done with that wish in your mind generally goes very strongly to the Akashic records, to your kind of stored karma and all, and which in a very what do you call that, which create the energy, which create the cycle of manifestation in your favor. Now guys, when we talk about the Scorpio Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that Jupiter is now going to be transiting in your Ascendant Lord's Nakshatra, which in itself is a very good sign. So trust me guys, all the matters of the 7th house, like the divine blessing, is going to be helping you attain all those signification. Let's say for example, you have been single for a long time, you have been on a lookout for a matrimonial partner for yourself, or any of the concerns of commercial gains, financial gains, things have got struck, you wanted the clarity, you wanted the release, you wanted some sort of sponsorship, funding, financial aid. So regarding all those concerns and all, this transition of the Jupiter in your Ascendant Lord's Nakshatra in the 7th house of commercial engagements and all is going to be very good news. Also guys, let's say for example, if during this time only you have been already like even if you are in any of the like service industry, you are connected with the fields of law, you are connected with the fields of health, fitness industry and all, those people will also get benefited. And yes guys, for long you have been single, you have been on a lookout for a partner for yourself and all. So this transition in the energy of the planet Jupiter in the nakshatra of Mrigashira is definitely going to be benefiting the Scorpio Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Sagittarius Lagna natives, definitely guys, Jupiter is your Ascendant Lord, and now it is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of your good friendly planet, which is the planet Mars, which is your 12th lord and the 5th lord. So definitely guys, at a time when Jupiter was transiting the Rohini, so Rohini, the energy of the Cancer in your case, like it also falls in your like 8th house, the energy of the Cancer, the lord of the Rohini nakshatra, we all know this thing. But guys, over here, like I would still say this thing, that the shift and the transition is going to be much better for you, much smoother for you now. Like specifically if it is connected with you are connected with the fields of teaching, training, finance, or religion and all. So regarding all those areas and people engaged in these fields, like specifically if you are doing a job, you are a service professional and all, so those people will definitely get benefited. Second thing is that guys, your faith and like rootedness in the dharma is going to get very strong, very emboldened during this time when Jupiter is going to be making this shift in your 6th house. And definitely faith is one thing, your vishwas, your shraddha, your like determination and divine support is something which will drive you in order to face any of the challenges which might incur during this time. Also guys, for all the students and all who have to write any competitive exam and all, things and wheel is now somehow turning in your favor. So yes guys, overall I only have like majorly, I will not say this thing that it's going to be a beneficial transit for you in all aspect, we cannot overlook this fact that Jupiter is still, your ascendant lord is still struck in the 6th house. We have to wait for it to enter your 7th house to be in the full dignity, but still I would say it will be much better relief for you compared to the way things were happening when it was in the Rohini, and the way things will now manifest for you when it is going to be transiting in the MRIGSHIRA Nakshatra. Now guys, when we talk about the Capricorn Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case Jupiter is transiting in your 5th house, within the 5th house. Now it is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of your 11th house and the 4th house. So guys, we all know this thing that 5th house is somehow connected with the, like we call it the Singhasan throne, we call it the your personal magnetism, your pur punya, education, intellect, the kind of thoughts which comes to you and all. So I would say this thing that now this transition taking place in the nakshatra of the 11th lord will definitely pave path towards the much awaited recognition which has been long due for you. Second thing is that definitely guys, because 4th house also is somehow connected with the public as well. So yes guys, with this transit there's a very strong possibility that all those things which have been long blocked for you, this could be any credit for your work, or this could be any, you have been strongly invested in the artistic creative field, and irrespective of being completely fully trained, you have not been getting the auditions and the work and the stage for displaying your real talent and all. So this is going to be the time when life will put you on the forefront, and there will be a lot of the eyes and important people who will be noticing you. So yes guys, for the appreciation, recognition, speculation, financial gain, heightened interest in the mantra, shastra, and like the way guys, I already mentioned this thing that we have to blend these two energies, Jupiter with the MRIGSHIRA. So let's say for example, MRIGSHIRA, which has got very strong mental dexterity, capacity to learn, innate curiosity, inquisitiveness, and Jupiter is a planet of, you know, wisdom, mantras, religious austerities, goodness, charity. So I would say this thing that if you are a teacher, you are a trainer, or you are like a kathavachak or something, or you're working as a priest or something, you are an astrologer and all, those people will definitely get benefited and all. So apart from whatever we discussed for the artistic creative professionals and all, people who are connected with the religion, people who are giving advice, financial advices to anyone, they definitely have got a upper edge when Jupiter will move to the MRIGSHIRA Nakshatra. Now guys, for all the Aquarius Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case Jupiter is transiting in your 4th house, which as per the original Kal Purush Kundali, this is the house which carries the energy of the exaltation sign of the planet Jupiter, which is the Cancer. So now Jupiter within your 4th house, it is now going to be transiting in the nakshatra of your like 10th lord and the 3rd lord. So that in itself means that nothing could be better than that. If you're already operating in the domain of the real estate, you're working as an architect, as a designer, something, so those people will definitely get benefited. See guys, the good part is that, see, 4th house somehow is a house which tells about our inner emotional state. 4th house also tells about empathy, emotions. This is also the house of the public as well. So definitely, let's say for example, for long you have been craving to work in a field, in a industry, or work on those projects which gives you inner fulfillment, because we cannot even overlook this fact that MRIGSHIRA's Lord planet Mars has got a rulership over your 10th house as well. So that means lot many Aquarius Lagna native will get a chance to do, specifically as a part of their profession, as a part of their duties, something where their heart resides. They will get a chance to perform and work on those kind of projects. And definitely guys, there's a very strong possibility that whatever you will be doing during this time, you will be able to command over the support of the masses as well. And I already mentioned, if you're already working in the fields of real estate and all, it's a very beneficial transit for you. Those people who are on a lookout for, like, you know, buying your own home, investing in land, property, those people will also get some good financial lucrative opportunities, proposals offered during this time as well, even in the matters of your domestic family bliss and all, because we cannot even overlook this fact that before this Jupiter was transiting the Rohini, which has got a rulership, like the Rohini lord is the moon, which in your case falls in the 6th house. So I can assure you that this transition in the nakshatra of the planet Jupiter is going to be much better for you compared to the way it was functioning when it was in the Rohini. And lastly guys, when we talk about the Pisces, definitely guys, Jupiter becomes your like ascendant lord, and its transition, any movement will going to be having a very strong impact in your life. And now it is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of your 2nd lord and the 9th lord. So definitely guys, let's say for example, you are a designer, you are a creator, you are a teacher, tutor, you are in sales, media, marketing, in any kind of these fields. So during this time, definitely you will find that you will be flooded, overwhelmed with some new ideas, like because the energy of the Mrigashira works very strongly on the mental plane. Like people who are very, we call this term that the mental dexterity tend to remain very strong because of the contribution coming in from the Mrigashira Nakshatra, and it is going to be influencing in your third house. So definitely working on new ideas, looking at things with a new perspective will definitely open up lot many financial doors for you. And also guys, during this time lot many people will also get a chance to because of some new market, new financial avenues, there will be heightened increase in your short travels as well, like too many meetings, too many people to deal with, situation to deal with, which will definitely add on more value to your portfolio. So yes guys, this is how I'm seeing things working out for you. More financial avenues, opportunities, and chance to learn, collaborate with new people and all. So this is how this transition in the energy of the Jupiter in the Mrigashira is going to be working out for all the Pisces Lagna natives. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.